I'm Anna from Rabbit Hill Snow Resort. You can find us in southwest Edmonton on the banks of the beautiful North Saskatchewan River. And we're back for the Campfire Series, and today we have one of our longest serving members with us of our staff team here, Doug Balzer. Hello.
Good evening, how are you?
Great, and how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good for an old guy.
Yeah, we are very excited to have you because you make up one of the trio.
Yes.
One of the original trio that really helped establish this resort.
There is the three amigos that have been here for ever.
Yeah, since 1981.
One.
Yes, you passed the test, passed the first test.
So,
that is exactly what the others said. So
is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, what do you do? What have you done here at
What
Rabbit?
do I do? What have I done? The first time that I was here, I was a part-time lifty for one season. And I fell in love with it. Like it was awesome. Like, you know, just the people getting out and being outside and having fun.
Wow. So did they entice you to move from that department somewhere else? How did it work?
No, I enticed myself.
Right, okay.
So because I farmed during the summer.
Right.
And I love machinery. So the snowcat was running around and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like, that looks kind of interesting. And I just fell in love with it.
Wow, got sucked in.
Yep.
This is a familiar story we're hearing, so I'm loving this. Just this way of accidentally finding yourself into a lifetime career.
Yes.
Which is
fantastic. It was coincidental. I came down for a season's pass and stuff like that when I was in high school, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to throw my name in the hat and see if I can get a job, and sure enough.
So you've really helped us develop what we now know as our snowmaking system. And snowmaking to most people is a complete mystery, and it was to me. I had no idea. So in a very brief moment, tell us what that means, if you don't mind.
Snowmaking, it is basically we're trying to compete with Mother Nature and expedite her a little bit. Because we don't have enough snow here naturally, so we have to make our own.
Right.
And when I first started, we had 3 air compressors running, and then we ended up getting some diesel air compressors. We were running like 7,000 CFM of air.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. I'm assuming that's a
that is very, very high.
Right.
So, and nowadays we're running maybe 2,400 CFM of air.
And so that's making us more efficient. We're faster, I'm hoping.
because when we had the diesel air compressors, we would burn up 1,500 gallons of fuel every 2 days.
Wow, that's
So a fuel truck was coming and stuff, and I couldn't imagine what it'd be like now.
Yeah. So for those at home and those that didn't know, like I didn't a few months ago, we are pumping water from the river. And
we are borrowing water from the river.
Love that term. Thank you. Yes.
Because in the springtime when all the snow melts,
it's going back.
It's going back into the river.
Perfect. Love that. So it's that circular economy system here.
Yeah, we're just borrowing it.
And we're hoping that the temperatures, I believe, -5 or below to have a good snowmaking chance.
Yes. Anything below 0 is snowmaking weather. -15 is just optimal because you come in at the beginning of your shift, and by the end of your shift, you'll see a pile of snow.
Fantastic.
The warmer it is, the less snow you make. The colder it is, the more water you can add to the mixture.
Right. And we have a fleet of different guns now, as what I've learned. And they all seem to have different names, and they are like part of the crew. It appears almost like they have their own personalities.
Oh yeah, different. Because back in the day, we just had surface guns that had air and water and consumed a lot of air. But now we've got guns that hardly use any air.
Wow.
Like they're more, how would you call it? They're more refined.
Yeah. And then this pile of snow that we make, which I'm now realizing is, various different strategic piles around the resort. I've seen it build up myself.
Mm-hmm.
Then they need to get groomed, and which is another department that you are extremely well versed in, if I'm correct.
Yes, I've been pushing snow for many years, and I love pushing snow. A lot of the cat operators, they like pushing snow too. They like pushing a pile. They got a big pile of snow and they push it out. That's part of it, but okay, then when it's pushed out, then what? Then you have to manicure this snow into a run. And it's, how would you call it? It's quite interesting to see how a run, like when you look at the run during the summer, it looks totally different in the wintertime. So just by adjusting the angle a little bit this way or that way, we can make the skiers ski on one side of the run more so than the other just by angling it a little bit.
Wow, very technical.
It's, yeah.
Sounds it. And of course, I mean, looking now, we've got a groomer actually up behind us. Who is this?
Yep, Scott.
This is Scott?
That's the park guys.
So he is busy doing what he needs to do with the park right now?
He's getting the park all ready to go here. We're probably going to be opening it up here in the next day or two.
Yeah. And
that's his specialty. He likes working and creating park features and jumps and So
we've got a really great dedicated team that have these different skills that all come together to make this resort what it is. Mm-hmm. What do you see is going to be sort of the next evolution? What would you like to see here if we had a blank checkbook? Which we don't have, but you never know.
How would you call it? For on the grooming side and stuff like that, back in the day there was just mechanical linkages, operating machines. The tillers were rigid. Mm-hmm. Like what they come out with there now will make a bad groomer look good. Like back in the day, you had to really work to make a nice flat surface because the tillers were rigid. Yeah. The blade only moved a couple directions and stuff like that. Now the blade will move any direction you want it to move. Mm-hmm. And the tillers, they flex this way and but I think what's happening now is that we're going to get more into the GPS and mapping and stuff like that. You can see that coming, and the electronics. Back in the day, the electronics there for the cat that I was driving was probably only about the size of a broomstick. Wow! But now we've got multiple cables and wiring harnesses coming in, like. These cats that we have here now are running off of computers. Back in the day, they didn't have computers.
No. Now, we have quite a nice, bright, shiny new cat. Came in last year.
That's correct.
We've been using it to obviously get everything ready and doing its nightly thing, because we groom every night, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We do. So it's a hard-working vehicle that's going to be part of our fleet for many years.
Yes.
Does it have a name?
Not yet.
Not yet. So this is something that we are very excited about. We want some help naming this thing, I think.
That's what I understand. I'm not going to be the one naming it. I'm going to let them guys do that. Okay.
So we would like your help as our regular customers here at Rabbit Hill, who obviously benefit from the work that this beast does every single night for us. So we're going to be launching a competition to name the cat. So that is something that you'll see details of very soon, and we hope to be able to name that and sort of almost christen it like you would a ship, maybe even spray it with a bit of champagne, who knows, on our birth date. So that will be the party that we're hosting in February. So thank you, Doug, for that little snippet there, because that's going to be exciting.
That'll be interesting. Yeah. We've never named a cat. Nope. So
there you go. Well, part of the family. And they are pretty hard-working beasts.
They are pretty hard, and like during the day they're not out. We're working on them and getting them ready because they have to go out every night. Yeah. It's not like, oh well, we can skip a day here or there. Mm-hmm. Nah, because when you get over 1,000 skiers skiing on the runs and stuff like that, these guys are pushing snow and rebuilding those runs, and
Yeah, and I didn't have an appreciation for that. I did not know it was every single night, and that's a very tough job, but it's also something that, like you say, it's reliant. We need this. So thanks to you and your team for keeping us going and keeping us, very nicely manicured, shall we say?
And for a cat operator, they're allowed 8 hours a night there to get their stuff done.
Yeah.
And depending if it rains.
Oh, don't say that word. Yeah.
If it rains or whatever, you just got to play. We're at the mercy of Mother Nature.
Definitely. Yeah. That is something that we really are going to have to think about in the future. And I know that's something that we're, last season gave us a bit of a wake-up call. It was a tricky, definitely, on all fronts.
Yep.
But we are using the most fuel-efficient cat that we could buy. That was one of the reasons we purchased a new one, and we'll continue to try and be on the front of innovation as much as
front of it, yes.
we can, which apparently we've been doing all along. So Jim shared with us that we were the first ones to get a tiller, or very early days.
We were one of the early pioneers.
Yeah.
I think there was one or two other places before us, but yeah.
And the same with snowmaking. I heard it back in the 60s with his father Bob pushed for that.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Because I remember Bob there when he seen this tiller in action the very first time. He just got.
Wow.
His expression was just priceless. Like, I seen it and it was pretty cool.
It was exactly what he was envisioning.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. So Doug, you have given us some behind the scenes. You've given us some ideas on what makes you tick and why you've done this job for so long. I also want to tell everyone that you have the run named after you. So anyone that's skiing down Balzer's Way, this is the namesake. And you have to be here a pretty long time to get that kind of accolade.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been 40 years.
Wow.
That when I got the privilege of naming a run, and now I'm here 43 and I'm looking for 45.
We will definitely cheers to that. So in here I have a little treat for you. So as you know, we did our 70th anniversary brew with our Town Square Brewing partners. So this is one for you.
Well, thank you.
You'll be able to have a little drink. We'll do a little cheers right now, but I have got a few more questions for you first. So no, not cracking that yet, because I need you to be on your wits to be about you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're doing our last minute rapid fire. What first thing comes to your mind when I ask you two things? Ski or snowboard?
Ski.
Chairlift or T-bar?
T-bar.
Oh my God, you're quick. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
You're a farmer, you got to be, haven't you?
I've done many a nights, and I'm kind of like, okay, I've done my nights. Now it's time for these young guys to carry on.
Love it.
So.
Powder or groomers?
Groomers.
Yeah, you got it. Really.
Yeah.
Poutine or chicken fingers?
Chicken fingers.
And finally, snow in your boots or snow down the back?
There's a down my back. Boots, I would say.
Boots. That nearly stumped you, and I did not think we were going to stump you tonight.
Is that right? Oh, wow.
Well, thanks,
that was
Doug.
Good.
You have been a brilliant part of this resort. We look forward to your continued help, and cheers to another 2, 3, 4, 10 years if we can push you. Who knows? Thank you so much.
I enjoy it. Like when I come to work, or when I'm getting ready to come to work, it's not like, oh, I got to go to work. My philosophy is that I get an opportunity to go to work. Like these young guys, it's interesting because they call me Yoda.
Oh, that's a lovely name, isn't it?
That's
pretty cool.
That's my nickname. So
we should maybe have a Yoda run. Who knows? Can't have two. That's too much.
No. Somebody else needs something.
Definitely. Well, you've started the legacy, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Do you want to have a go? It's time.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and keep it warm.
Whoa, nice sound. And tell us how it tastes. I'm assuming you haven't tried it yet. Just
It's
right.
pretty good.
Just right. Sound of the
And
groomer
it's-
behind us.
Yeah,
I mean, it really
beeping,
is.
beeping away.
Couldn't get any better, could it? Love it.
No.